Hello, kittens. Silver here with my Fawn Response Rabbit by Plushie Dreadfuls, and we have a big old package here. This package is so big that they apparently couldn't even use their typical Plushie Dreadful mailers, the ones with the logos on them. There should be 3 bunnies inside this particular one, so I'm not going to waste any time, and I'm going to open this up right away because I am extremely excited, especially for one in particular. I'll talk about it more later, but I've had dreams about this one particular bunny multiple times, at least twice, which probably speaks to my own mentality. But anyway, let me just open this up and show you who we've got today. Alrighty, 3 new buns present and accounted for. And first off, I'm going to show you the free pen because I've gotten a free pen with every single order that I've received from Plushie Dreadful so far. I think that's just kind of their general MO. So I'm going to show you which one I got in just a second. So this one is the non-binary rabbit, which I actually do have this pen, but it's a really cool pen, and it also makes a great gift, but oops, actually kind of stuck to the plastic here. Here we go. But this one is also a plush design. All of the bunnies that are shown on these pens are also plushies. This is a really cool design as well. So that's non-binary bunny. Super nice. So we're gonna open up this one, I think, first. This one was kind of not exactly an impulse buy, but I needed a bunny to kind of round out my order to get to free shipping, and I really love the colors of this one. I hadn't gotten a green bunny as of yet, and I thought this one was just so nice. This one actually represents celiac disease, which I don't have, but I thought that this was going to be a really nice one to get regardless, because I know that this is one of the bunnies that actually supports charity when you purchase it, so that gave me an even bigger incentive to buy this little rabbit. So let's take a look here. So I'll read what celiac disease is just straight from their site in case you don't know. So it says celiac disease is a serious autoimmune disorder triggered by the ingestion of gluten, a protein found in wheat, barley, and rye. So when individuals with celiac disease consume gluten, it sets off an immune response that damages the small intestine, leading to various health issues. So let's open up this bunny. So we've got a little Ziploc slider here. Let me just see if I can do this. No, I'll just do this off camera. Hold on. Okay, so first we're going to look at the tote bag, and I know it appears stained, but that was actually deliberate on their part. I know that they said it was supposed to be part of the print. It says it's meant to represent indigestion and vomiting from exposure to gluten. So that's why you see this kind of stain pattern here. There you go. It almost kind of looks like a watermark. But we've also got an alchemical symbol here. I'll have to read on to see what that represents. I don't quite remember offhand. And then here is the bun. Oh, look at him with his little upset tummy. So that's a little preview of our bunny. Let's just take a look now. Oh, wow, this one is so vibrant. This is like a bright lime green. It's actually even a little bit darker green than I thought it would be, but super nice. I think green is also sort of like the symbol for celiac disease, if I remember. It says green motif for nausea, so yeah, that obviously makes sense as well. And it says the symbols are for sulfur and expansion, which I guess kind of signify that sort of indigestion that happens when people who have celiac disease consume gluten. But let's take a look at him. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, this one has such a good face. Look at him. So I'm just going to kind of move the fur a little bit because his little tiny nose and mouth are a little bit covered. There he is. Oh my gosh. And I love the fact that they have this kind of color blocking with this one. You have this, darker lime green at the top, and then you have a very kind of light mint green, and then it's got these diamond patterns here. Almost reminds me a little bit of like kind of a harlequin design. And then look on the insides of the ears. You get a little pattern of 3 diamonds. I'm not sure if those have any particular significance. I don't think it says so on the site. Maybe it was just sort of like an aesthetic choice. But really, really nice. Oh my goodness. And I love the sort of color differentiation on the arms and legs. You see that you kind of mint green again at the base of the arms and legs, and then you have these lime green bands, and then it ends in sort of a white paw on all 4 limbs. And there's that little alchemical symbol right there. It looks kind of like a little triangle with a little, there you go, with like a little stem right there, almost like a tree. So that's his symbol, and these eyes are sort of like a felt material, I believe. Yeah, kind of a soft felt. He is extremely soft as well, and it looks like he actually, oh, I didn't know this, he has little freckles as well, just like the trust issues bunny that I got. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. I did not even realize that that was a detail that this plush featured. And he's just got a little white cotton tail. Super soft, very floppy, especially the limbs. That's usually how these bunnies go. You can see he's kicking. He's a little thumper. So cute. Oh my gosh. I am so happy that I got this one. He was actually on sale as well, so that's just an extra bonus on top of everything. I don't think this one comes with an info card, but no worries there. And there's this little seam tag with the Plushie Dreadfuls logo. So there's my celiac bun. Now the next one is actually going to be another green bunny, but this one is going to be very different green. It should be. So I'm just going to unzip this one quickly. And quickly there's just a little preview of the bunny. So this is going to be the Matcha Latte bunny. They have a set of coffee bunnies. I think they're called Latte. I think it's Lapins, or I think it's French. It's the French word for bunny, which I'm probably going to butcher if I try to say it the correct way. So Lapins, that's what they're called. There's a set of, I believe, 4, but my favorite by far was definitely the matcha one. Now, I am not a coffee drinker, but I love tea, and I actually drink green tea on the daily. So this is going to be my green tea bunny. We're kind of redefining what this particular bunny represents just to kind of fit to me. So this is, oops, the bag. Oh, that is such a cool bag. Look at that, the little bunny with his coffee cup. Slightly sinister with those slanted eyes, but I really love that. There's always something mischievous, or I don't want to say malicious, but you know, this brand is known for its sort of more edgy designs. Not every single one is like that, but a lot of them have a little bit of a gothic flair to them. That definitely sort of fits my own personal aesthetic, a little sweet and a little sinister. So there we go. And this one actually has kind of drawstrings on it as well, this tote bag. That's really cool. That's definitely very different from the other tote bags that I've received from them so far. So here comes, oh, look at the color on this one. They really, really nailed it, that sort of matcha green tea color. This one has a much plumper body, I know, as well. So let me just take a better look. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. How adorable is this little bunny? Holy moly. He's got a little green leaf bow tie. He or she, I'm not sure. And there's actually 2 different color greens. You got this sort of matcha green. Well, they're both, I guess either one could be matcha, but this one has a slightly more yellow green appearance right here on the chest and on the ends of the paws. And it looks like those are sort of like green leaves, like the matcha leaves or tea leaves for, you know, for fitting it for my meaning. And there's those sort of black slanted eyes, and you have again those sort of leaves which almost look like scars, which again kind of contributes to that sort of edgy look. And the insides of the ears have that sort of lighter yellow green coloring to them. He's pretty actually firmly stuffed in his body, which is, I think most of them are kind of a little bit firmer in the body for the most part, but the legs and the arms usually are quite floppy. His little leaf here is bent a little bit. That's probably only because he's been, you know, wedged in that bag for a couple of weeks. But super cute. I absolutely love that this one has such a different design than the rest of the bunnies. And this little muzzle too, this embroidered detail around the muzzle is so adorable. You really get to see his little smile a little bit easier than you do maybe with some of the other bunnies because you've got that fur. So this one is definitely very pronounced, and it's also got this sort of embroidered lining around the eyes in this light green color, which, you know, complements the light green embroidery on other parts of this bunny. Let's take a look. There's a little tail. I don't think there's any info on this one. It's, you know, it doesn't really represent any kind of condition or anything. It's just a fun latte bunny. So that is the matcha bunny. And then last but certainly not least, this is the one that I was referencing before. This is going to be the sickle cell anemia bunny. And here's a little preview of her. I'd actually missed out on her initially. She had gone out of stock, and I was sort of kicking myself for not getting her when she was available, but luckily not too long afterwards she did come back in stock again and was still on sale, which was so nice. Now, full disclosure, I do not have sickle cell anemia, but my heart absolutely goes out to anybody who does. I think one of the really great things about this brand is that it's sort of, informed me more about diseases that I was only sort of peripherally aware of, or maybe even hadn't heard of at all. I had known about sickle cell anemia, but I was kind of prompted to do a little bit more research on it after, discovering this bunny, and just the things that, people go through who have this illness are just, it's just so much. So again, my full sympathies go out there to anybody who experiences this. I can only imagine what that must be like. But I hope that this bunny is sort of a symbol of solidarity and camaraderie with those who do have this condition. And I'm definitely going to love this bunny very, very much. I already know. So let's just take a look and unzip her quickly. So 1 second. Okay, so here is the tote bag. So it's sort of this black bag with, these I think are supposed to be red blood cells. So we've got, the regular sort of round disc blood cells, which, everybody is supposed to have. And then we have the sickle blood cells, which people with sickle cell anemia have. And I'll probably read up a little bit more about it just to make sure that I'm not getting my facts wrong or anything about this disease. And then you've got this sort of like dizzy sort of marking above her head. And then we have a symbol back here, which again, I'll have to read up just to make sure that I'm getting it right. So let me just take the bun out now. Oh my goodness, this one I am so, so excited for. Oh wow, look at the brightness of this color. I don't think I've ever had a red plushie before. Probably the closest was like, maybe I have a Douglas watermelon bunny, but it's not really like a true red. It's kind of more of a pinkish red. Oh, and look at the little yellow underneath the tail. Wow, this one, oh my gosh, like this one, fully saturated color. Just, yeah, those of you who are sensitive to bright colors, just, this may cause eye strain. Oh my gosh, I love it so much though. So here comes, oh my gosh, my bunny. Oh, this one is everything that I'd hoped she would be. Oh my goodness, there's just something about this bun that just resonates with me on just a psychic level. I don't know what it is. The symbols are so, so cool. I know a lot of people had mentioned that it had sort of like a blood witch kind of vibe to it, and I can definitely see that. Oh wow, okay. So, and this one actually has pom-poms on the ends of her ears here. You got two little pom-poms, which is so adorable, which I think again is sort of emphasizing that, sort of red blood cell theme that we're going with. And then there's sort of black, very fluffy, longer pile fur on her paws, all four of her paws. Oh my gosh, look at the eyes as well. You actually have two different colors with the embroidery thread here, I'm noticing. There's a black around the white part of her eye, and then there's also a very sort of dark navy blue. Oh my gosh, and she's got also a little yellow embroidery mark there. I think she might have, yeah, she does. She has them on either side of her cheeks. And that yellow crescent moon, or a sickle moon, which is, where the sickle cell comes in. And then I believe these yellow swirls on her knees are supposed to represent leg ulcers. But again, I'm just going to pull up the information just to make sure that I'm getting everything right. So hold on. Okay, so it says this alchemical symbol here is the symbol for red sulfur. And it says crescent-shaped blood cells, swirls for leg ulcers, which I talked about before, and eye markings for pain. So, oh, that's what those two little yellow dots mean. Oh, sweetheart. Okay, so let's see what else it says about sickle cell anemia. So it says it's a hereditary condition characterized by the presence of abnormally shaped red blood cells. Like, that's what I was talking about. It says normally red blood cells are disc-shaped and flexible, allowing them to move easily through blood vessels and transport oxygen to tissues throughout the body. However, in individuals with sickle cell anemia, the red blood cells become rigid and take on a crescent or sickle shape. And this shape makes it difficult for the sickle cells to flow smoothly through blood vessels. Instead, they can get stuck, causing blockages that impede blood flow to various parts of the body. Let's see, this can result in episodes of severe pain known as crises, as well as other complications such as organ damage, stroke, and anemia. So yeah, it's a very, very serious condition, and it just kind of makes you want to snuggle up with this bunny all the more, just to kind of help to sort of ease the the pain and the suffering that's associated with this disease. But oh my gosh, this is just such a beautiful rabbit. This is definitely one of my favorites immediately. And I guess it was for a reason that she figured so heavily in my subconscious. I think in one of the dreams, I was actually doing an unboxing for her and asking my dad for name ideas, which is actually something that I very typically do. He always has just the wildest ideas. But anyway, this was my new set of plushie dreadfuls for today. Let me just arrange them so you can kind of see them better. So we got Matcha Bunny, Sickle Cell Anemia, and Celiac. So I hope you guys really enjoyed seeing them, and I'll be back again soon with some more plush goodness for you. Bye, everybody.